is this is Even in Death and by Evanescence. It's about losing a significant other, losing it a little and not accepting that they're dead and gone. It's also missing and loving them even in death. That's the context of it. This is Janelle's request for the month. And the second song in the video is My Heart is Broken, which Amy wrote about victims of human trafficking after her and her husband got involved in an organization that rescues those victims. Absolutely amazing. As Amy was writing the song, she was putting herself in that place of what it would be like to be trapped, threatened, and alone, unable to tell anyone what was happening because you're afraid of what would happen to you. All of the songs in this month's Patreon requests have been really so tied closely to loss. And having just recently started listening to Evanescence with you guys, I'm excited to dig deeper into these really intense emotions. Let's just why don't we just do it, right? So this is again, Even in Death and My Heart is Broken from 2016 by Evanescence. So Amy Lee's voice. Well, actually, no. Amy Lee as a singer is one of the most incredible phrasers of the voice that I've heard in like this genre, this style. And what I mean by phrase, I liken it to the Italian word legato, which means line, right? It's connection of the breath in each word and each sound that's made. It's just and the way you artfully portray that breath. So the sound starts small and thin. She resonates off the hard palate and the teeth, and then she crescendos with her breath energy, not with any force or tension in the throat. That's why you hear so much dynamic range in her singing, and it goes from like a small cry to a screech. It's not a harsh screech, but it's a very powerful compressed sound that's made. And one thing about singing on the breath, singing with legato, which we call in the classical music world, it allows for you to get the most natural timbre out of your voice. Whereas if you're singing through tension, or if you sing with too much compression or too much physical involvement with singing, that's not just about keeping the breath moving and letting the voice be free, which is what she does. If you do too much of that physical action, you lose a huge amount of uniqueness in your sound, and you can risk getting like a generic sound like someone else. Now, if you want to sound like someone else, do it. You know, if there's a specific technique that someone is trying to teach you that is about sounding similar to someone else, that's not my technique. But if you come across that and you want to do that, tension does that. You know, tension and compression and that kind of thing. But if you want to learn how to create your own sound, do what Amy does and really use the breath as an emotive tool, right? The breath is the thing that allows your voice to most effectively resonate fully. So we get all of those overtones, all of those sounds, and it's what allows these songs to hit so hard. This is such a heavy hitter. Let's go back, since it's 2 songs. I know this one's probably almost over. Let's go back and talk about it a little bit. Everything up to this point has been exposition, setting up the story of loss, creating an ambiance. Even in the piano part that she wrote, the ambiance is in that pulsed left hand lower minor chord that is just creating this haze of everything she's describing textually. There's something so powerful about good exposition and storytelling in music, because without even realizing it, the tonality of the song has put you in a headspace. The words she's using has put you in a headspace that sets you up to be so vulnerable in the part now when she's revealing things about her own life, about her own relationship emotionally with the story. That phrasing. it's like nothing that she sings is ever static. There's no stillness in the sound. The sound is always evolving and moving. And she changes her vowels in a very artful and iconic way. It's very stylistic. You know that Evanescence sound when you hear Amy singing, because she creates sound within the vowels, and the sound is always adjusting and shifting and changing, and it's so wonderful. It's she's being an artist with the sound, and she writes songs as an artist, and it all comes together in a beautiful, unique way to tell these really heart-wrenching poems to us.
I can't love you anymore, and I need to.
There's something about the idea of wishing for death in music that is so incredibly therapeutic. At first thought, it's obviously so sad. But from an artistic perspective, the way this song is written is that, especially with that background story that Janelle shared, it creates context to us people who don't have to deal with the struggle that so many others in the world have. The unfortunate people who have been subjected to this kind of treatment of trafficking and slavery, and it's through that despair in the music that we can connect further with each other. And she has such an amazing talent for capturing that pain, even though even the lyrics are from her perspective in some cases. She still captures the pain so well, and that's an effective piece of artistry. She relies on this very harsh, pressed forward resonance is indicative of pain. It's not even that far off from like a scream, a human shriek, right? It's that sound we make when we are in pain, when we become injured, when we're hurt, to relieve that pain. It's therapeutic, and we live that vocal therapy through her. We hear the strain and anger in her voice, and it suits this story so well. That consistent placement. You know, whenever she goes up for a word, whatever the word is, she always goes for that You know, it's even more screaming. It's harsh. It's pingy. It's powerful. Let's keep going. You can even see her experiencing that pain on stage. It's that artistic moment where, you know, it's funny. There's a lot of talk about like, oh, this artist just putting on a show, they're just performing, and to a degree, yes, that's always true. You know, you always have to be conscious that you're with an audience, but you also, there's a portion of that always has to be real. That's why you can do it so often, right? That's why you do it in the first place. It's because it's real, right? You can't narrow down a performance to just performativity. There's an origin, there's a core of that, and there's a mission behind true emotive art like this. And she's a great example of that, expressing that mission and just being a whole artist who's feeling the purpose of their music. Brah. Wide open spread vowel. It's harsh, right? You don't want that harshness in some other music. We were listening to Ojin earlier, and you don't want that harshness in that kind of music, in that harmonic music. But in this music that's so based in feeling and grit and emotion, that harshness of a wide open is so suitable and makes this like an incredible listening experience. Unreal. Janelle, thank you for that one. That was huge. That was Evanescence is such a freaking awesome group. All right. See you guys in the next one.